Okay, so last night when I left SFC, I grabbed 2 ham sandwiches, stuffed them into my pockets, because that's what guys do. And I thought it was really funny because I was like, man, you never see chicks like grabbing 2 ham sandwiches like double fist and stuff them in their pockets. So that was kind of what got me on this tangent. I've been thinking a lot about guys and girls and how we're different and how I think that's cool that God made us differently. And I want to start off by thanking you guys for helping Val and I. We've been spending a lot of time together lately in the afternoons, well, evenings after I get off work, and we've been separating the SFC time from the personal time, and it's been super good. We've been doing devotions together and taking this financial class and all this stuff, and I feel like I'm getting to know my wife a little better. So thank you. But this is where I'm going with all of this guy-girl stuff. This morning I was in the shower and I was praying, and I love the stories that Jesus tells when he talks about when he's coming back. He always has this sense of urgency in his stories, you know, and he'll say, you know, like, I don't know, to me, when I was a kid, I was always like, Jesus is going to come back on a white horse. Like, that's what Revelation says. That's kind of weird, you know, because people don't really use horses anymore. Like, that used to be, like, kind of majestic and stuff. Now they, you know, kings come in, like, Apache helicopters and stretched Hummer limousines and stuff. And so, is Jesus really going to come back? And so, my brain thinks like that. I'm not sure why. But anyway, so I was thinking about that kind of stuff this morning. I was thinking about all this symbology that Jesus used and that he revealed to John in the book of Revelation. And one of the things I was thinking about, I was like, you know what, God, like, I'm still having a hard time with this, even when I was a little kid, you know, when Jesus talks about, you know, I'm the bridegroom and you're the bride, and be ready, I'm coming back for you, and that, man, like, as a kid, that kind of always escaped me, because I was like, I'm a bride, you know, like, I'm a dude, and that's kind of hard for me to understand fully, because, you know, the more I hang out with my wife, the more I realize, you know, maybe a little bit of what Jesus was talking about. But so the other day, Val won't mind me telling you this story. I don't think she'll mind. At least I hope she doesn't mind. But the other day I came home and I had missed this financial class that we're taking, and it's all about, you know, security in your finances and all this stuff, and what the Bible has to say about it. And so I come home and she goes, hey, you're supposed to hug me 7 times a day and not sexually. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, oh, this guy says that, you know, a woman needs to feel secure and she needs to feel like everything's okay. And I'm like, whatever, who's this guy, you know? Of course, that's my first response. And because dudes, you know, we know that a bride is like looking for her knight in shining armor, and a dude's like, yeah, I'm getting married. You know, I'm getting married. And I'm sorry for being crass, but, you know, it's me. I be crass sometimes. Anyway, so so I was like, yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, but 7, you just get 7 hugs, okay? 7 hugs a day or 7 hugs a week, whatever the rule is. And the more I thought about it, and the more I think about this, the symbology that Jesus used about us being the bride and him being the bridegroom, I thought that was a really cool example, because, you know, not to be a misogynist or whatever, but, you know, my wife sometimes worries about our finances. She sometimes worries about, you know, whatever, tomorrow, and